So I can share my screen now. So we you are able to see this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So welcome to all the participants. Myself, Ranjan. So today we will discuss the universe and its origin. So when we see the universe, first thought in the human being came from the universal structures. So how this universe was being created, there are many theories all over the world. People are going on, they are developing how this universe, they try to explore this one universe. They are unable to see that the external features of other universes existing beyond our horizon. For example, you can see this is IIT Patna. I am in the academic building. If I want to see a place in the other corner of IIT Patna, the residential building, it is very difficult for me to visualize that unless you go to that point. Similarly, the origin of this universe are taken by different theories, and they are being proved by many scientific theories that how these universes are being created and how these universal laws are pertaining to this material world are being emphasized by different theories like great Galileo, like Newton, Einstein, and Big Bang theories are being postulated. And also there was a great human race also, the change takes place by the Darwin, Dr. Professor Darwin. So there are many theories are being composed in this universe. So today,
Sir,
uh,
sir, your voice is actually echoing. So can you, I guess your voice is being taken from two devices. So if you can mute your from one device.
okay, just a moment. So today, there are a lot of dilemma about the universal creation. And first thing is that in our childhood, we try to understand the universe when first the thinking process came to the human being. And before 1875, first thought process came, and they thought that how this universe are being created and what is the universal structure. So people thought that this universe is a flat. If you go straight, you will fall. And there is the end of this universe, there is a big deep inside and you will fall down. But after some time, the universal structure being modulated and being emphasized and understood. So there are a lot of news came after that, and recently all over the world, after understanding about one universe, we are not able to even understand one universe, because a aeroplane start from Malaysia could not able to reach Australia. In the meantime, nobody know where that aeroplane has gone. So you can understand that even one universe is very difficult to understand, what to create, what to think of other universes. So today we will discuss this universe जो हम लोग जो स्कूल में पढ़ते हैं, ये जो यूनिवर्स जो क्रिएट हुआ है, ये जो साइंटिफिक हमारा जो एनालिसिस है, उसको कुछ तक ये तो ट्रूथ है, बट द ओवरऑल हम लोग देखते तो वो सारी ट्रूथ बिकेम फॉल्स. सो ऐसे ही बहुत सारी यूनिवर्सेस है, एंड उसको आजकल बहुत बड़ा साइंटिफिक लोग ने पढ़ते हैं, उसको बोलते हैं कि पैरेलल यूनिवर्स. ऐसे तो एक हमारा एक यूनिवर्स हम थोड़ा बहुत जानते हैं, लेकिन हमारा पास जितना सारी यूनिवर्स है उसके बारे में नहीं जानते हैं। तो ऐसे हम लोग इस यूनिवर्स में popular cosmological model today, and there are predicted there are twin galaxy about 10 to the 10 to the power 28 meter from here. There are twin galaxy which is existing, and they are the simplest model that try to they analyze the astronomical analysis. And space is infinite in size and mostly uniformly filled with matter, and it is observed by the indication. Like शिल प्रभुपाद जो बहुत बड़ा जो साइंटिफिक नॉलेज कॉस्मोलॉजी के बारे में दिए हैं भागवतम में, वो एक बुक लिखे हैं, और उसमें पहला चीज वो बहुत सुंदर भाव में इजी जर्नी टू अदर प्लैनेट एक बुक लिखे हैं। उसमें लिखते हैं कि 1959 two scientists from Stockholm, they have got Nobel Prize, and they decide they have given the property of matter and antimatter, which is completely here is given in this the book of Srimad Bhagavatam, and Prabhupada explained that one. So if you see that each universe is a small portion of the multi universe, ऐसे बहुत सारे यूनिवर्स है। ऐसे हम लोग तो एक ही यूनिवर्स के बारे में जानते हैं, लेकिन देर आर इनमरेबल यूनिवर्स। कैसे पता चला? जब हम लोग चंद्रयान ने भेजा है, लास्ट टू लास्ट ईयर हम लोग चंद्रयान में भेजे हैं बाय स्पेंडिंग 497 करोड़ रुपीस। एक चंद्रयान में व्हेन वी सेंड the spacecraft, but it was disconnected from this earthly connection, that we have a wireless connectivity between that and this our ground station, and we lost that connection. So how they could able to understand? Because they go up to that point, they see another, there is a parallel path also. So how this parallel, so many universes are existing, and this was tested with many theories like relativity, theory of relativity, quantum mechanics. There are बहुत सारी that scientific theory है। हम लोग आप लोगों के साथ नहीं डिस्कस करेंगे क्योंकि आप लोग स्कूल स्टूडेंट है। तो हम लोग ऐसे बोलते हैं कि जैसे आप पानी के अंदर जाते हैं तो पानी का दूसरा तरह का क्वालिटी होता है, और कोई पानी के जगह में कोई ऑयल रहता है उसका दूसरा क्वालिटी होता है, और ऑयल के जगह में कोई वैक्यूम रहता है उसको दूसरा क्वालिटी। कैसे हमको पता चला? जैसे आप एक पानी के अंदर आप अंदर में जाइए एक पानी के अंदर और ज्यादा से ज्यादा चिल्लाइए, और आपके दूसरा फ्रेंड उस साइड में, उसको ऐसे ही पता चलेगा थोड़ा कुछ साउंड हुआ। बट जब वैक्यूम होता है आप चिल्लाइए, वही साउंड वो आपके दोस्त तक पहुंच जाएगा इजीली। और जब ऑयल में जाएंगे तो वो ट्रांसमिशन बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है। तो इसीलिए ये जो सारी ब्रह्मांड है, जितना वो यूनिवर्सेस है, वो आर डिफरेंटली कैरेक्टराइज्ड। सो ऐसे बहुत सारी स्टोरीज है, लाइक साइंटिस्ट एवरी डे there is a new story and a new news on the cosmic world. And today, every day there are a lot of scientific theories comes, and every day हम लोग चाहते हैं कि उसको we try to prove that one, whatever we are finding out, they are really truth. And NASA, they are exploiting many things, and also the parallel universe is today people are thinking about. There are a lot of theories, and the parallel universe are how it came. There is a big, very nice, you can see this video. This you can see. So these are the different theories and how these parallel universes. There are a lot of universes and each universe has certain type of laws. For example, we have different state. For example, Delhi, Orissa, and Bihar. They are different state and different state has a different kind of rules and regulations. So similarly, there are different universes and they have a different kind of the universal effort and which may not be equal to this universe. In this universe, you will see that apple falls to the ground. In the other universe, apple may not fall to the ground, it may fly out. It is beyond our capacity to understand that concept. But in this understand, we have a four level of understanding. One is beyond our cosmic horizon. And there are bubble theories like you sometimes put in a bubble, you create so many bubbles and they are flying in the air after some time they dissolve. So similar, this bubble theory also postulated by different big scientists. And there are quantum mechanics, which they defined this theory. Then they try to understand the mathematical structure of this universe. So if you see this one, this is our visible region. Till your visible region, we can see this visible light. Okay, you can see. And beyond that, you cannot see. Like in 1959, when first satellite Sputnik was sent and asked to a greatest scientist in the Vadim Putti, his name was Vadim. He was asked, he was chief astronaut of Russia. He asked that why don't you send the man to the moon? He told that it is impossible because in the higher space, if we will travel, the complete radiation is so tough that complete our body will collapse. So there are different region of cosmic horizon and there are visible region where you can see and beyond your visible region, you cannot see. You can see up to some level by using your telescope, other material, but beyond that, we cannot see that one. And that is why when the Kalpana Chawla and the group, they went to the sky, to the space, to the Mars landing, they completely, they could not able to even, nobody could able to locate them, trace them at all. Their bodies being burned and they could not able to reach there. Because that is the way you cannot understand. Till you can see by your telescope, you can understand that oh, here up to this and beyond that we cannot understand. That is why this matter, this region beyond cosmic manifestation, and it is a exist of a like a wormhole, and the space is far beyond our. So that is what the through like a Big Bang theory that there is a black hole between two universes. And when you can go in this universe from one universe to another universe. And also it is said in the very beautiful Bhagavad Gita also that there is also in Bhagavatam also there are two universes and both universes they have the different physiological and physical level of understanding. So we can see this simple, this universal structure you can see here. This is very beautiful, this one, and you can,
We can't hear it. Sir, Sir, we can't hear it. It is not audible.
This audio is not audible.
No, it's not audible, sir.
Oh, okay. Just a minute. I can give this volume maybe large.
You'll have to share the sound, sir.
Uh,
You'll have to share the sound.
okay. Is it audible?
Very slightly.
So So these are the different theories are being taken up by the scientists all over the world that there are parallel universes and we try to explore those universes. And there are also like a bubble theory. Sometimes you put some soap in a pipe and just blow it and you will get so many bubbles around it. And that is also another theory that the scientist has given that as a bubble of space and time. And this bubble theory, there are different universes and each universe has different characteristics. For example, here, force is equal to m into a, mass into acceleration. Or you can say that there is Newton's law exists, the gravitational law exists, that the gravitational force is directly proportional to product of the mass divided by the square of the distance between them. So you see that all the laws in our universe, they have a unified nature. Like two charge particle, the same characteristics. Force is the strength of the two charge divided by the square of the distance between them. So that same law, if you see, all the laws are postulated according to the laws of this universe, but the unified law is still today is a very challenging. And that is how, if you see that the bubble reaction, that quantum field of understanding, you can see that when you see a field strength, when completely, when you go near the inverse, the static vibration of our field strength is go unchanging. You can see here, when it is a far away from the inverse, the creation or the reflection is very less. And when you go near, there are a lot of reflection. And you can see that this is called the bubble reactions. And there are a lot of theories, and I'm not going in detail into that, that how the magnetic field strength, the carries the different universal structure and their position with respect to the time. And we are not going in detail of that one. There are a lot of evidences on this one. And there are a great story. You can see here, this is a scientist in Switzerland. You can see that the hydrocollider, that how to know that the source of universes. And yes, so even if there is a great scientific research are carried out that how to create or the creation of the universe, instead of creating that particle, they could able to create the innumerable number of black holes by which it can predict there is a parallel universe, but it is not, they are not able to do that one because there are a lot of, for example, there is a subway. For example, in India, there are also in the metros, in the Delhi metros, you go from one place. For example, you start from airport and reach to another place like Jahangirpur, or like you come to the railway station. So you will see that the railway, the airport is a different, altogether different scenario, and a railway station is altogether different scenario. So this is the connecting black hole, like a subway, and there are many world of quantum which is existing in this parallel universe. So you can see that there are a lot of universes are existing, and there are a lot of multi-universes, and they are existing in this universe. And there are also many worlds of quantum where you can throw a dice, and the dice is having 1 to 6. So anything you may just throw a dice, it may come up with so many permutation combination. It may come 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. So similarly, the multi-inverse concept are different. Like one inverse may have a small size, one inverse may have a larger size, but they are floating in this sky, and we are able to only explore one inverse, which is the smallest inverse, and there is a lot of evidence in our life also. For example, एक मैं स्टोरी बताता हूँ जो बच्चे लोगों का बहुत, एक बार I will tell in English only, that is very good. So there was a farmer in his field. There are a lot of sugar cane. So every day the farmer will come to the field and saw that in night time somebody comes and destroy the sugar cane. So one day in night he came and he saw that there was a white elephant who is eating the sugar cane. And this farmer, he came very slowly and catch the tail of the elephant, and the elephant fly to the sky, and the elephant reached to the sky, and in the somewhere in the cloud, the elephant stopped, and this farmer thought that it is my grandmother used to tell that in the heaven there is very beautiful sweet fruits, and he saw that there are a lot of sweet fruit, and some fruit he put in his pocket and started coming, and he thought that he will, when he come back, he will tell his friend. And again time passes, and again that white elephant came back, and he get down in his field and came to his house and told every friend that I visited to heaven. And every friend was just thinking that how you went to heaven, and he gave those fruit, and it was so tasty fruit. So he was so happy, and everybody, and all of his friends thought that we all will go. So they all came to the night to the field and saw that this horse, this white elephant has not come today. And next day again came, and they saw that white elephant came, and they were taking, while he was eating, they catch the tail of elephant, and elephant started, and one person catch the other person's leg like that, and they travel to the sky, and in the sky, and they were talking in the way, they were talking that is there any watermelon in the sky? One friend told, here it is, yes, it is there. How big it is? It is very big. So one friend just opened his hand and saw very big, and they fell down. So similarly, we also in this material world we try to understand many scientific theories, but when it comes to implementation, it is very difficult to understand even one universe, what to speak of parallel universes. So similarly, there are a lot of theories, and this one then how the time factor is working in different point of the time. And this time factor are described by the concept of the position of one inverse with respect to other. And there are a lot of inverses, like in this video, you see here that if you look at the inverse, like in the Delhi ISKCON, if you go there, you will find a very big optoelectronics application that you will find an infinite number of your picture or infinite number of by creating the optoelectronics they have created. Similarly, this inverses are also structured. Infinite number of inverses are floating in the sky. And
Sir, videos like audio is not audible. So if you can like increase the videos
how I
volume, that
can
would be
connect this then?
Sir, when you share the screen, there is an option to share audio as well. So if you can share that, so it would be
Okay, just
great.
1 minute, just 1 minute. I don't know, actually today is a holiday and my students also not here. Okay, share. Or stop sharing and let me share with audio. One participant can share. Share with audio is not there here.
Sir, it's there. Like when you click on share screen, then when you click on your PPT, in the bottom left corner, there is an option to share screen. So you have to check that. So share some.
Okay, 1 minute. In bottom, there is a share screen, advanced sharing option. Audio. One participant can share, only host or all participants. It is not there. I don't know. It should come. Why it is not come? Maybe this audio. Okay, one. Okay. So can you hear this now?
Yes, sir. Now it's audible. So can you just increase your laptop's volume so then we can also hear it more
Is
clearly?
it audible now?
Yes, sir. It's audible. It's very low. So if you can increase your laptop's volume, so then we can hear.
No,
So we can
I
also...
don't have laptop. I have my computer. So,
So if you could increase the volume of that, then it would be
it
clear.
is enable. Now is it audible?
There may be other
Perfect, sir.
universes.
Yes,
Huh?
sir.
In fact,
Yes, sir.
there
Okay.
might be new ones
Sorry,
being
actually,
born all the time.
I am okay. Again, I'm playing this video. You can.
The answer may lie outside our universe. There was a time when the word universe meant all there is, everything. The notion of more than one universe, more than one everything, seemed impossible. But perhaps, if we could go beyond our solar system, beyond the Milky Way, even beyond other distant galaxies, past the end of the observable universe, we'll find that there's more, a lot more, that our universe is not alone. There may be other universes. In fact, there might be new ones being born all the time. We may actually live in an expanding sea of multiplying universes, a multiverse.
So there are also mathematical structure, which is scientists, they have given the case how these mathematical structural universes are created by using different optimization techniques. So different kind of, like when these universes are being thought of, they were thinking that how the dice is fell. So like that, they will create a different kind of structures based, they say, like you throw a stone from a long distance, and when it break, it don't break only a circular size, or it break in different kind of the structure. So like that, these universes are being manifested in different structurals, and they are being also pointed out
Three
by
key
the
multiverse
great
models
get a
based on
lot of
cosmologist Max
scientific theories
Tegmark's
beyond this
classification.
one.
Type
The
1 is
a
the
bubble
bubble universe
is,
model,
I
which
have
proposes
we
that
have
there are
already
other parts of the
discussed this one,
universe that are so far
and,
away from us. And type 3 is the many worlds model, which proposes that every possible alternate timeline
yes,
exists
there are a
alongside
lot
the
of
reality that
universes
we
is
currently
created,
inhabit.
and
This is the model that Professor Howard Wiseman's interacting universe theory derives from.
so there is a great scholar, his name is Richard L. Thompson. He has written The Mystery of the Sacred Universe, which is taken from Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavata Puran, where this universal structure are being manifested universe when it was created. And the complete universal structure are given in this sacred book of Srimad Bhagavatam. What we explored only a few frictional point of the complete universal structure, where in the Srimad Bhagavatam, complete universal structure are given. If anybody want to become a great astronaut or want to become a astrophysicist, they must go through this book, the Srimad Bhagavatam, written by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. And this book is very, very popular all over the world. And if you go to the University of Florida University, they study this book as their curriculum book in the astrophysics. So this cosmic cosmology are being created, and it is given all the complete idea of the universal structure and their ingredient, and how their characteristic, their properties, and how what kind of the people they live there, and everything is given in these books of Srimad Bhagavatam, with distinctly what is the distance between them, and how it is located, and who controls this, and how it is the origin of everything is given in these books. And this Richard Cremo and Thompson, they both have studied very, very vividly on these books, and given the hidden history of the human race. They have also given the Forbidden Archaeology book. Very clearly they have given mentioned this one. And if you go to the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, this all the commentaries are given, and especially these commentaries are very, very beautiful. And I am actually writing a small book on cosmological analysis in the Srimad Bhagavatam, where very beautiful it is given that how the universal structures are being created, and how the living entity, you and me, are created in that one, and how it is maintained. Like we are coming and we are dying also, but this universe is maintained. Rice is coming every year to sustain all of us. Light is coming every day to sustain all of us. Water is falling from the sky, even if we do not know how to create water in the sky. Everything is given very nicely, and also the universal structure. That is why Srimad Bhagavatam, written by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, gives complete universal structure. Like you see here, this is a very beautiful analogy that who has designed this universe.
Stars extending as far as the eye can see. One of the most appealing and mystifying of all sights. The beauty and the majesty of the universe have inspired awe and reverence in the best brains throughout history.
There is a perfect brain behind all the natural physical laws. This most beautiful system of the sun, planets and comets could only proceed from the counsel and dominion of a powerful and intelligent being.
So, in Srimad Bhagavatam, is presented about this earth. It is presented as Bhumandal. Bhu is the earth. Bhumandal is consist of the projection of the earthly globe. For example, you go to a moon, you cannot have two sources of light. If two sources of light, there will be a cutting of the light. If one source, there is always parallel path. The map of solar system is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. A topographical map of South Central Asia is also given. And all this essential realm of the demigods who are living where is given. Even if you want to go to heavenly planet, unless you, for example, you want to go to America, you need a visa or allowable condition for entering into America. So similarly, there is a demigods planet where when you are allowed, you can go there also. So that is why the mystery of this complete universe are given from the ancient time. And the Brahmaji is the creator of this. One universe is created. And in that, the Brahmaji was the engineer of this universe. And Lord Vishnu is the maintainer of the universe. And the Lord Shiva is destroyed. It is given very vividly in our Srimad Bhagavatam. When a structure is used to represent a composite thing of a map, the underlying problem of this one, you can draw, there are many such parallel universes are exist in this universe. There are a very beautiful story in the Bible that when the Saint Peter and he came to this is just a painting, okay? When he came, and there is once there when he is existing in one place, and from a fish coin, and from then another place, he's speaking with Lord Jesus. So although the same painting existed, three reference frames. Also, you see here, this is a painting done by one of the Indian painter, where you can see that the complete three structure, one place, there is a Brahma is bewildered, that he bewildered that who can, he is a Krishna, he is eating dirt, and he is also taking others' remnant, and how he can become a god. And another place, you can see that Brahmaji is offering obeisances to Krishna, that, O Supreme Lord, Ispara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adi Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. He's saying, and another place, Krishna is enjoying with his friends. Although one picture, there are three referential frames are existing here also. That is why the Trikaldarshi, like time traveler, a time traveler, we say, you go from point A, come back to the point A. How it can be a time traveler? The time traveler is our sages who can see the three reference frame, see this by standing here, they can see what is the future, what is the present, what is the past, and that is called the time traveler. And that goes because 3 reference frame, they can go there. And that is why fifth canto explains all this matter, what are the layers of the matter of the universe, how these universal structure are being built. And this is called the Brahmanda. And this is your Bhumandal. You can see here, and this is one Deepa. And this is the city of Brahma, you can see. And this is this Mount Sumeru. And we study in our cosmology, astrophysics, everywhere, only a point of this complete universal structure. And this is what Prabhupada wanted to show, this universal structure. And our temple is coming up in Mayapur as a temple of Vedic planetarium, where you will get this structural universe.
Systems or locus.
And you can see this is the universal
Each
structure.
system resembles a galaxy and comprises stars, planets, and other celestial bodies. The topmost planetary system is Satyaloka, the abode of Brahma, which is at a height of 1.87 billion miles above Earth. Below the Satyaloka planetary system is the Tapaloka planetary system, the abode of the ascetics, which is at a height of nearly 1 billion miles above the Earth. Here, the ascetics live in a solitary, serene environment conducive for yoga and meditation on transcendence. Their disciplined life of joyous austerity prepares them for returning back to the non-material world. Reach the Svarga, the non-material world. As we move down from Tapaloka, we pass through Maharloka and Janaloka until we reach the Svargaloka planetary system, also known as heaven.
And then from the center of the dome, a chandelier, which shows the planets according to the Vedic version.
This planetary system is rotating from east to west, and it is hanging like the chandelier, taking shelter of the pole star, that we can see every night.
So Prabhupada also gives an example that Easy Journey to Other Planet book. He has given the complete astronomical and the characteristics and component in each universe are existing. And that is why in 1959, 2 American atomic scientists were awarded Nobel Prize for discovering what is the antiproton and what is the proton, or what is the material element, what is the characteristics of non-material element. And there are a lot of analogy are given in this one. And when we see this one, the projection map of this is the actual projection map of whole Bhumandal. And it is given in this Vedic scripture. And this is one of the universal structure. You can see that one. And so you can see that there are great scientists they have given. And there are spiritual world and this material world also. It is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, where you can see that spiritual world is enjoying and the material world is only the worshipping world, where you can worship or you need to suffer. There are 2 things, and that is what here it is given, that in Srimad Bhagavad Gita also it is said that like a banyan tree, urdhamulam adasakam, aswatham pahuabhyayam, chandansi yasya pannani yastam veda savedavit. So this universe is exactly like other universes connecting. And this connection is our praise to the Supreme Lord. And that way you can go back. So that is why this complete universe is controlled and maintained by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And there you can see here, Prabhupada made this very beautiful picture. There are a lot of parallel universes. It is not new today, which is existing since time immemorial, and who has given? Those who are Trikaladarshis, like Vyasadev written, and Srila Prabhupada gives us the vivid example and the graphical pictures of the parallel universe. Okay, so there are a lot of universal structure and their characteristics. Here there is one concluding remark: Golok namni nijadhamni talecha tasya devi mahesa haridhamesu tesu tesu te te prabhava nischaya vihta chayena govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajavi. How this universal structure is given by Brahma, who is the engineer of this universe. And this is the Vedic tour beyond this universal structure.
The universe is a sphere encased by successive coverings of the elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether, intelligence, and ego. As a coconut has its hard outer shell and inner liquid, so the universe has its outer coverings and an inner space half filled with ocean water. On that ocean, another Vishnu expansion reclined on a serpent bed while being massaged by his consort Lakshmi. From his navel arose a lotus on which Brahma was born. Initially, the universe was pitch dark and Brahma engaged in meditation. Then he was empowered to create the universe. This account of creation may appear fantastic to some, but modern scientific theories also require fantastic leaps of faith to explain the origin of the universe.
Okay, thank you everyone. So, thank you. I stop. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. It was such a wonderful session. Before we take up question and answers and recap, we're putting the link of the feedback form in the chat. Please fill that up, as it's compulsory to fill, and your attendance will be marked on the basis of that. So we're just putting the link of that in the chat box, and we'll be taking up recap now.
So today in this session, we discussed how parallel universes can be explained in different models, like observable universe, mathematical models, and using quantum mechanics. Then we discussed how Srimad Bhagavatam, a Vedic scripture, has detailed description of the universe and how it was created. Like Brahma, the creator of the universe, he got the instruction from the Lord to create. So we have all that detailed description in our scriptures. We also understand that our universe is very vast, and therefore it requires different models to explain its reality. Everything in our scriptures are in detail, and our scientific knowledge is very limited. Therefore, in conclusion, we can logically infer that a Vedic system is not something outdated, but very scientific and logical.
Thank you, Pranav. So thank you so much, sir. It was such an amazing session. It was really interactive, and I'm sure it was an eye-opener for all of us. And we've gotten to learn a lot of new things. We feel very grateful you gave your time and effort to present this to us. And you also used so many videos, and I'm sure it must have taken up a lot of your time, effort, and research. We're very grateful to you. Thank you so much. So let us take up question and answers now. So if anyone has any questions related to the topic which was taken up today, you can message me or you can message the ID Arindam Sharma. And if you have any questions which are not related to the topic, then I'm sending a number in the chat box. You can message that number. Any questions which are not related to the topic, right? So you can message that number. So questions related to the topic, any? Okay.
Also, you will be amazed to know that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is also using the same concept of multiverse to explain these things. So we are really thankful to Sir, who explains such wonderfully.
Okay.
Yes, so we hope to meet you all in the next session now. And next Sunday, we'll be taking up another very interesting session on the topic Life, Humans and Their Origin, taken up by Professor Michael Behera, who is an evolutionary biologist and author. We will be covering topics like how did life, originate on the earth, and how did we humans come into being? What do fossil records say? Did an advanced scientific and modern civilization exist thousands of years back? So we would love to have you all next week. Thank you so much for joining today. Hare Krishna.
Ishani, you had raised your hand. If you have any question, you can ask.